made over $10 million with OFM, and today we're teaching 2 of our students exactly how we did it.
Our students spent over $100,000 to fly all the way from Australia to Miami just to work with us.
So for them to completely download what's in our brains and apply all our knowledge to their agency, we're gonna run them through a 3-step process.
First was one-on-one consulting sessions where we sat down with them and figured out every single problem within their business and gave them all the exact information that we use to go from broke high school students to multimillionaires.
Second, we're gonna design them a full content plan so they can film months worth of content for their creator in one day. Batch recording content so you can post at a high volume is one of the most valuable things we do at our agency, so we wanna make sure they get that step.
Third, we're gonna be going out in the field with them and their model to actually show them how to execute on all the content that we plan so they can go back to Australia and do it all on their own.
The coolest part is you're gonna get to see this entire process behind the scenes for completely free, and we're gatekeeping some stuff that we talked about because this was over the span of multiple weeks in Miami, and we can't give it away for free. There's a link in the description for that. But let's get back to where the Aussies arrived, to this exact warehouse in Miami.
All right, the boys are here. Owen just got a new car, 4x4 square G-Wagon. Holy shit, this thing is huge.
How you doing, man?
Lachlan.
Awesome to meet you, bro.
Pleasure to meet you. We got the boy Lachlan. We got the boy Will. How was your guys' flight down here?
Exhausting, man. That's it.
How long is the flight?
22 hours with all the bullshit.
So after everybody met and we got to know Will and Lachlan, it was time to get started on step 1 of the plan.
All right, class is in session. They came from 15 hours away, the land down under.
Our client gets here tomorrow. Meet her, get dinner, and then we'll do the shoot day with you guys and her. So today, I wanted to go over social media stuff, so your ideation process, what you have seen that always works, how you come up with ideas in the first place for new creators, even if they don't have a history of performing videos, going through the creators that we have, having a look at, okay, what could they be doing better? What should they be doing completely different, etc. And then planning the content for the shoot day with this creator, who I think very small following, and the whole point of us bringing her was actually has a small following, and we want to show that like with the right systems, anyone can.
Yeah, it's guaranteed.
Yeah, and she got like less than 500 followers. But if you plan the right content, do the shoot day, get it out there. I want to go over first things first, just overall strategy for socials, ideation, all that sort of stuff, just overall strategy. Next, I want to go through our climb. It's not bad, it's not, I've seen worse. Planning the content for the shoot day with the client that's coming out. Overall strategy.
Sheet that
client
learned.
shoot day content.
Basically, I think it makes sense if we break down how we would start coming up with video ideas for anybody in general.
Yes, anyone. If you had a new creator today with no background, no anything, how would you first come up with content ideas for that?
I'm trying to take it back to like the last time we basically successfully started from zero. It's execution as fast as possible before anything. Literally probably 40 people that we've had serious conversations with, we've turned them down from management because we say, hey, these are the content like strategies that we know how to do. That's guaranteed. If you run down to do something like this and evolve and do content, we can't do it. And then we'll have people be like, oh, well, I want to keep my Instagram, there's all these objections, right? Like, I want to keep my Instagram clean. I want to still be able to get a brand deal, or, oh, I don't want to talk, or I don't want to show myself from all angles and shit. And we would compromise on that in the beginning, right? Like, it was a girl who, at the time, I don't really know what we saw, but we saw potential. Yeah. And we've tried to go down that road and be like, oh, we'll compromise. We'll just do, more pictures and aesthetic videos. And it's like, we just weren't able to get the quantity and the actual output that we need, because what we realized is the thing that's going to get people to be like, oh fuck, this is somebody new that I should check out their OnlyFans or follow or whatever, is doing content that's not copy paste, essentially. Like, you need voice and you need originality. Like, I think part of the reason why our accounts did so good off rip back then versus now, when everyone was doing like interviews. Omegle, have you guys seen the videos where like a YouTube shortsy like POV where I would be like, show me the craziest picture in your camera roll and I'll buy you whatever you want? That, for example, was the first thing that ever went viral for Andy.
Okay.
And it gave a break in people's feed of like Instagram Reels trend, fucking like right now. It's all these cinematics. It's all these
same like 5 videos, I swear, when you scroll. Like, it's the same
cinematics, text on screen trends. Those fucking rip if you have an angle to it, or if people already follow you, or if you have a baseline. Like, you need to do something original, and the lower views would count. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think like having the edited captions on screen, having the girl talking, having her show personality. That's why we always start out with like some level of street interviews, text to speech, even those POV style stuff, even the like raw POVs, just like a step bro, like pretending to play one of those characters behind the screen. Like those still have the same effect. Like those can still go mega viral. Oh, also meta glasses right now from like I think it kind of is like the new thing.
We got some we can run on the applicators. You can borrow ours and we can like try that with her.
Because we did some like trial and error with the formats now, and I think like I would even probably start telling people.
First Metaglass video I posted on the Julia account got 550K right off the bat. I think it's up to over like 600 now, and then the other one 380, like same day. Like it was the most basic ass video too.
But yeah, the thought process behind it is a step back before like analyze the person and their strengths and weaknesses. Like as unfortunate as it may be, like there's certain angles and there's certain formats that look better for people. Like you can make a girl thousands and hundreds of thousands on OnlyFans with just showing her face in content. Like you can literally have if a girl has a really attractive face and say she doesn't want to show her body, or she doesn't want to like, you know, wear revealing crazy like outfits, and maybe her body, she's not confident in her body, whatever it may be, that's the type of person you should focus on. Omegle and podcast with a certain angle, text-to-speech with a certain angle, rather than like a street interview in a bikini out by the beach in a Lambo, right? But if you have the girl who basically was down to do anything, and she is, because it comes down to like her own confidence and comfortability in the situation shows on camera.
Yeah.
Like a lot of girls are more comfortable in their house with people they know. So then it's like they'll say something witty or crazy, or they'll have a better sense of humor on Omegle, rather than like if you actually, like this girl, if she's outgoing and she has a great personality, it would be the best thing ever to take her to Miami Beach and have her do real street interviews with real people. But if she's the type of person where if she goes and she's just like, what rate me at 1 to 10, and just stands there, like no, like it needs to be a girl who's
they need to
quick.
know how to carry a conversation. That's like the biggest thing. So many girls, they get the response and then they just need to go, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And they add nothing else. But like we had a girl, she was like a super short girl, and like she would like keep a conversation going and like know how to go back and forth. And she has, I mean, she, back in the day had like 15 million view like street interviews, and that like basically put her on the map.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's still a really good format to like get somebody going, because it's like pretty universal. Like Omegle street interviews and stuff he's talking about, like you could essentially rip that with anybody and then do it a lot, and the second you see like something start working, you can like hammer on it, and like essentially maybe you.
On that note, if you were to say, what would 3 of the most universally successful components of content that you could plug in to a new creator, if there were 3 things that you could say would be ideal, what would that be?
Underrated fucking note here that people need to take notes on is literally the quality of the video. Like the amount of people who have, and I'm not saying film it on a camera versus a phone, but I'm saying like the amount of people who try to like copy our format or something, and it's just not dialed. Like we kind of were winging shit at the beginning, but then I realized it's like, no, don't put the girl wearing a white shirt on the white couch and do a podcast. Like put her on with a black or a bright pink shirt on the white couch. Like if you look at the most viral videos that we've ever made, there's a very severe example of like color theory and some subject that pops out from the back, like down to
the most viral podcasts are on a bright pink background.
Yeah, like if you look,
and they actually haven't done as good since we stopped doing that, and we haven't had that set up anymore. Like I repost some from that same day that we had that pink backdrop, and they're like everything from that day. It's like a guaranteed thing.
Camilla, like look, I'm gonna actually screen record for the sake of the video, but this is a Camilla account with all podcasts. Look how much she sticks out in the frame. Yeah. Not to mention obviously the way they're sitting. Right? Like you do little shit like that to get comments. That is in any video. If you go like her most viewed and most relevant podcast, like the one with Julia, she fucking scratches her leg right there next to, you know, and people are like, oh my God, itchy, she's itching, she has chlamydia. Like
quality, obviously that's foundational. That's probably the first thing you need to dial in. But then beyond that, in terms of the actual content itself, what would you say is the next thing to focus on?
I think that kind of segues into it. Like give somebody a reason to engage. Right? Like they're talking about certain things for certain reasons, right? Like you would do the interview questions where they turn it back on themselves. Like when you talk about,
if you had 15 minutes with me on this black sand beach, what would we do?
Probably try to find someone else.
What?
Probably try to find someone else. I don't know. You're too light for the dark.
And you're not much darker yourself, pal. Did you just flex? Cut the cameras. That's ridiculous.
Like if you, the visuals here, like they're literally on black sand, their bodies pop, and then what she said at the end, and this is like kind of key, guys love to hate on girls. Like the Instagram brain rot community, low-key probably the same guys who buy OnlyFans, just love to shit on girls, just like take out their anger against the world on girls.
We literally talked for hours because this was the first day we've ever met. So we had a lot to go over from their business and content, back end, everything. So we condensed it for the sake of this video. If you want to see the uncensored version, we're gonna post the whole thing in our OFM inner circle. There's a shit ton of value that didn't make it into this video.
But after our first consulting session, it was time to put our plan into action.
Yes. But I was saying I should show you how to film if you're gonna be the one who's gonna end up doing like, obviously long term. It's pretty simple, but like it's important to leave a certain amount of room like above the head and shit. And then if you like a little bit of motion, like shaking and shit with the sound makes it like, it'll make a difference. We realized that Cole forgot to tell him how to properly work the meta glasses. So we thought for the last hour and a half he was filming videos, but he actually just took 50 pictures. So we're gonna see how fast they can speed run every single meta glass video that we just filmed in the last hour. They filmed videos on the phone also. So all the ideas we still have, there's still got over 20 pieces of content, but we're gonna redo it all because meta glasses are really viral right now and we want them to have that locked in. So
Like Owen was just saying, we've fucked up all the videos, so we're redoing the meta. How fast can we do all the meta?
25 minutes.
25
I think
minutes.
before 5.
4-5?
Yeah, I think 30 minutes, man.
That's 25 or 30 meta
We could get
videos.
this car replaced by 5:30.
Yeah, they're locked in.
So after filming a ton of videos on the meta glasses in Target, we wanted to film some interviews because back in the day, these did wonders for Camilla. They single-handedly took her from $10,000 a month to multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars a month a few months later, and eventually, you know, a couple million a month. One of them, the infamous Black Sand video starring myself, actually surpassed 100 million views. Multiple times.
2 attempted assaults by a crackhead, but luckily our ratio is cracked right now. We got like 5 guys.
No, real shit, we might have to start
two-
throwing. You're not gonna lie, he's following.
But after a long time of searching for people to find interviews with, we were starting to get worried that the method got patched.
I'm not even stressed, bro, because like, I've been here, done this. I really been through the gutter. He doesn't even know about this.
bro. We true to this.
He would just send me out solo, to be honest. So if you don't even know that this is how it's like 80% of the
The
time.
first 10, 15 times, bro, was all me.
You want to be in a video? You look like a star. Come on, Captain, please drive us to victory.
As you can see, hopes were getting a bit low until we luckily ran into a group of guys who actually recognized us.
Turn that crowd upside down, up in an interview. What's good? You ripping it? You down? What's up, man?
My boy here, Ben Burkle,
What's up?
Jason right here. We also
Jason, Ben.
social media marketing.
Oh, he does
OFM.
OFM. Shit.
OFM.
Oh, he knows.
Yeah.
Let's go, bro.
Yo, let's go.
See you on IG Reels.
Oh, so are you guys hopping in the interview or not?
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
Let's do it. One at a time.
Yeah, a couple questions for each person.
These guys were funny as fuck. They got us on a good momentum and they proved that, listen, it's an old format to us, but these evergreen formats for your content always work if you get the right people and the right content. After that, we just kept cranking out interviews. We got some funny responses. It was a good night.
We definitely didn't start till after midnight. So yeah, an hour and a half max.
Hour and a half max, 20 videos, at least a couple
At least
milli.
20 videos, yeah.
At least a couple 100K worth of views.
Yeah, like at least 600 or 700,000 views. Yeah.
All right,
Goddamn.
that concludes a whole 12-hour film day. With
Yeah,
a
when did we start?
2.
Started to finish at 1:30. Yeah, about 12 hours. With
Got to
a
be
little
at
break.
least like 85 videos, I'd say, if not
Well,
more.
so from the iPhone, we've got 39 100% usable videos. The Meta glasses will probably be
27.
27. So plus those, plus the other interviews, minimum 70, 75.
It was like 1 a.m. We were all pretty tired at that point, so the only other thing that we did was film some TikToks in front of the G-Wagon, which to everybody walking by probably looked a little bit weird, but hey, it's a method, don't judge, and it was a 4x4 square. Then everybody just packed up, went home, and we got ready for day 3.
The boys made it. For day 3, back at the warehouse to optimize the funnel. That's today. Optimizing the funnel, going over the socials. Owen's gonna be here in a second. All right, so from the shoot day, I've got the numbers here. In about 4 hours, we shot 32 interviews in an hour and a half, 27 Meta Glasses videos in 20 minutes because we fucked them up and we had to speed run them all. So we did all of those in 20 minutes, 38 skits in about 2 hours, and 6 Snapchat videos in probably 5 minutes. They took only a few seconds each. So in total, that's 103 usable posts. I went through and deleted all the shit ones that aren't usable. So 103 usable posts, which is 3 posts every day for a month of all unique content in about 4.5 hours.
So an entire month's worth of content in 4 hours.
4 hours.
Imagine if you did that every day.
You could have 30 months of videos.
Yeah,
2 years.
You could crank
a whole
a year's worth of posts in 1 week. not ideal because you want to be able to hop on trends and
Yes.
do video ideas, but all of those are evergreen pretty much.
Yeah, that's the thing, that all of them are evergreen. Like even the public interview ones, that some of them are better than others, but they will all work forever, especially if something performs, we can just post it again.
Have you started posting any of these yet?
Now, but if you got a model that wasn't Sophie Rain or Camilla level, someone that wasn't getting that celebrity level traffic, but still was earning multiple six figures, take Andy for example, and you put a chatting team that was used to grinding out every dollar from every sub, for example, a chatting team like we would have on a 50K model, and you got them and they were only working on Andy's account specifically for her, everything was personalized, they spoke to every fan personally, whether they'd spent or hadn't spent, and spent all their time and effort trying to rinse as much money out of an account like hers, how much more money do you think it would make?
That's what we just did in the last month, bringing on an extra team to help us. Took her page from 300 to 400. Like her shit was being ran just the same as, you know, a Camilla, Julia, everything. Well, Julia has better chat, but it was being ran like Camilla's, right? It's a free page. Most of the money is mass message pay-per-views. Very minimal chatting where they're basically just like Filipinos in there and just saying have at it. Like just go talk to them, get them horny, and then sell a bundle, whatever. And then we implemented the same team that is running girls on average like 100 to 250K. They aren't, you know, the same team, same system wasn't running girls that were doing like 500, but they were getting a lot more out of these smaller accounts. We built that and started to train them for Andy with new content being filmed, like all script format, all like leading them down a specific scenario, a specific date and time, like you talking in the now with this new chat team, and it raised her revenue by 20%. It is a substantial increase, and that's actually what we're trying to implement across the board for everybody, especially now as Camilla slows down promoting OnlyFans to make the longevity of the account, you know, a bit better. They're saying like on average on an account there should be like 20 chatters a day cycling through to actually like 5 per shift cycling through to actually hit the demand of all the people that are coming and start relationships with everyone. But in the past we were running it with like sub 10, you know, because they're relying more on the in-depth data of like the mass message pay-per-view, which I was talking about before, like split 7 tiers, like the time was being spent by a manager making 7 tiers of pay-per-views lists to then send out at 7 different prices and like collect 70% of the day's revenue from there on with these pay-per-views versus building a chat team. Like now we're essentially trying to combine both, where we have this chat team that's actually spending the time on the account and using real strategy, but then also still rinsing the kind of dormant subscribers with the pay-per-views.
Yeah. So like, how do you put a separation on that? Like, how do you not? Because they kind of clash. Like, you can't really run the relationship building entirely properly with all of that mass pay-per-view, like spam shit constantly. Like, you can send mass pay-per-views, but like you need to be conscious of the pricing.
Just blocking them out once they spend a certain amount.
Okay, so
like once they're over like $1,000 spend on an individual script, it's like, okay, don't send this guy a mass, because then we can just hit him individually every night with a new script and be like, oh, I'm back, like whatever, start, I'm watching Netflix, like, because those are the type of people who text fucking good morning and shit, and then it's like game over. Because like if this guy's texting fucking Andy good morning, it's like, yeah, you're about to get rinsed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's asking the thing of like selling off the back of the mass messages, right? Like say there's a mass message that really catches their eye, and then now you've got the data on what this person likes. It's like, okay, you didn't chat ever, you haven't bought anything ever, but now we dropped a girl on girl collab and you bought that. So then you just keep selling them fucking girl on girl shit, and then you put a note in the account. It's like, this guy will buy.
Do you
something.
categorize people by what the content they like in a list or anything, or just?
We haven't done that. I feel like that's a bit too, like, okay, on a whale, like there's like, if you go on some of them, it's like they like to be called this, like this, or there's like, don't send BG content or whatever. Like some guys would be like, I don't want a secret with another man, like shit like that. So then it's like, don't send this because that would make him not spend for the day or whatever.
Yeah.
But we're not making lists for everyone. Like these people, send them foot job pay-per-view or something.
I've seen people do that, and they'll like upsell, like they'll raise the price on content like that, so they can have like, they'll send the mass messages out on like a price basis, but they'll go like price and content basis, like what they like. Yeah, like they're like,
yeah, that's like pretty meta. That would be hard to tier. That would be really complicated. Like,
I mean, you can run a poll on the fucking feed. You go like, what content do you want to see?
we've done that. We've done the poll on the feed and then sent that out that night
Yeah.
based on content that we already had. Like, there's like, do you want to see boy, girl, 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 solo.
You could have problems with whales from just solely saying like, I do boy girl pump.
Yeah.
Like there's some way they'll just be like, fuck, oh you do that.
Yeah, that's
Got
not
a virgin on OnlyFans.
No, we just bridged that gap like with the bait stuff on Camilla's. We were like, I think the upside is just way more by being able to bait this headline of like boy girl on like wall posts and mass messages, and especially because she's not somebody who wants to do a bunch of scripts and do all this.
Yeah.
So we're just like, fuck it. Like with Julia, I had no idea what was coming up. I was like, let's just do something. And I was like, oh, it's been around a year since she's done OnlyFans. We just pick a random date and like, this is my 1 year anniversary of doing OnlyFans. Now we make it. Like, so to give some context to it, not because it's like random, but it really just has to be like when you're coming up with the idea, I would just try to make it seem not entirely random, because the ones that did better, like Julia's like BOF anniversary, or the like Camilla actual collab with somebody like Ari or another like person, obviously had better social push because it was coming from two people. But I think what we learned from that also is that the content that goes the most viral and propels it is not like what drops the same day. It's the lead up to it that really matters. So if she says like she's gonna do something,
Don't just drop it straight.
it's like you want to lead up to it from like a week to 10 days type of time period. But I'm also thinking like you want to make every video in the promotion sequence for it able to go viral on its own, right? Like if you were doing a series where it's like day 5 before dropping my robot video, it doesn't really make sense to somebody who's never seen day 1 unless it's made perfectly, right?
Today is day 5 with our boys from Down Under. Kind of sad. They're really great guys. We honestly like got along great. We're best friends with them now. At this point, we've hung out with them probably more than even our own friends, because we don't really leave the crib unless it's business related. But we're gonna be going out to lunch. We're gonna go to Design District, I'm pretty sure, grab some Pura Vida and just chat, recap everything, just send them off with some last notes.
Got the boom. All right. Cole's satisfied. She started with us in October last year, so 2024. She had 10k followers then. She went from earning 5k a month to 90k a month in about 3 months, but her followers moved really slowly. It was always a big deal for us saying like, oh, you don't need to have a lot of followers to make money, because she just printed anyway because we've got the right type of subs. But as she's been consistent over the last few months, because there were some chops and changes within the strategy, but we're really solid in one strategy right now. She went from 30k followers pretty much all the way throughout 2025 to eventually hitting 50k followers on the 3rd of October, so last month. On the 12th of October, so about 10 days later, she hit 60k. Another 10 days later, she hit 75k. About another week later, she hit 80. And then on the 5th of November, a few days ago, she hit 90k. And right now, just a minute ago, she hit 100k followers. So in about a month, she's gone from 50k followers to 100k followers. That's pretty. What content is that? Lots of skits, lots of like the
You director on what to do?
Yes. Everything is. So the way we do it is on a daily feedback. So everything that performs, she'll record every day. So everything that performed yesterday, we just do it again straight away. Whether that's like literally remaking the exact video she did, but in a different outfit, or like a slight change. Doing it like that has performed really consistently. So a lot of it is like we had a video the other day, which isn't her usual content. So the usual content is like skits.
And what does she do a month?
Yeah, so she did 90k in January. And then with all the chops and changes in the strategy, things progressively went down to about 30k a month last month. We've doubled that this month, so we're on track going back to those 100ks, which is really good. Because things right now are really consistent. Like she's getting a lot of subs consistently every day. So those 100ks, especially around like Christmas time when the spenders are going hard, 100ks soon to be there.
She attracts really good people because like we're saying, the surf niche is like very unique. There isn't a wide range of people in that niche, like subs.
Yeah, so I found like being unique and having personality and something different about you is so key, especially as a smaller creator. When you're a lot bigger, like we were saying the other day, when you're massive and people know who you are and they care about you specifically, then you can do like the get readies with me and just the regular talking stuff. But in the beginning, you need to stand out with something that's unique about you. And for her, she loves surfing. That's what her whole life is pretty much about. So making content that we know performs, like skits and that sort of shit, but then switching it to be about surfing is just like a no-brainer, and it's crushed.
Yeah, that's what we like preach to everyone, just like some sort of context behind the creator.
What's like some of the best examples of that you've just seen, like other creators, not creators you have, but
I still think a great example was the Hooters thing, because it was stolen. Like I wanted to implement this to Andy, our creator, but she just had so much going on. She was already doing multiple 6 figures a month. It was just an idea to grow her, and it wasn't like priority, but I stole it from another girl that was like, the concept was a girl who's a stripper, and she was like talking about her stories of what happened, like, and how much she made from this guy, and like she would be sitting in her car after a shift, and it was very like truthfully authentic, like you couldn't fake it. And I thought that is a really good play because people see her as not like an influencer or a famous person, but just as like a normal worker who does like OnlyFans or whatever on the side.
Well, that one of her like changing, I think is like a better version of a Snapchat text too. It's like seems like real, but it probably converted. Like if she gained that much followers, I'm sure that 13.5 mil like converted crazy. I actually wonder how many followers it gained from that reel.
The thing is with that video, and it's the same as the one on the backup account. Like it was kind of slow at the start. Then all of a sudden it got to like 3 million, and then 5 million, and then I think yesterday it was on 9 million. So it's got like 4.5 mil today.
So it's currently ripping still.
Yeah. But it was posted weeks ago.
That's the best thing about Instagram. That's like, it's good to know that's still happening, because some of our most viral videos, like the shit that got 100 million, that was an interview with Cole on Camilla's account, it only got its first 10 million, like almost, I think, a full month after it was posted. We used to joke about how we didn't get any good shit out of this Hawaii trip. Like 2 years ago, we went to Hawaii, and we did a bunch of content, and we like thought we had some good concepts.
The Black Sand one?
Yeah, the Black Sand Beach. And then 2 months later, this Black Sand Beach video gets 100 mil, gains Camilla like over 100K followers, has her highest month at the time on OnlyFans, and it's like, oh, maybe it was worth the Hawaii trip. But it was so delayed, and it was satisfying because it was like, you put up these posts, you're posting 4 times a day. You're not just like, oh, it didn't do good today, fuck, on to the next one. It's like you're dropping these like freaking lottery tickets that might blow up in the future.
I haven't had anything pop off like immediately anymore. Even like Andy's page, I'll like be thinking the views are dog shit. Even when I was telling you, I'm like, bro, nothing's fucking hitting. Everything's not even breaking 40K views. It was shit. I then if you just start scrolling, it's like, wait a minute, this video now has 120, this one has 250. Like it's like super delayed. Like you gotta go back a couple weeks.
Well. Like just TikTok just like the one and done. Yeah.
TikTok is like, me and Camilla literally used to have like a fucking, it's different with experimental too, but you can sometimes know in the first 15 minutes if a TikTok's gonna do well or not. Like TikTok will let you know on 100% first day if the video's gonna blow
like,
up.
TikTok will really pump, like with some of our creators, like their videos just like they have no following really, and it's just like million on a small account, like straight away.
That is a benefit of TikTok. Like if you hop in the right trend, and we saw this during like the Bop House days, like if people were just a random girl, no followers, who just captioning it like Bop House audition, it's like guaranteed 100K.
Yeah.
And you could take that mindset into any topic that's going viral right now. Like if there's like a worldwide news event, some shit, like when there was like fucking COVID or some shit, like whatever it may be, if you make the right content about a topic or like a new show coming out or like something, the views will come because it's like the keywords and the recognition is just different on TikTok.
The TikTok algorithm is like no other. Like it is the best algorithm out there. It's just like you kind of got to play into that.
Will you pin stuff that is most likely to get conversions, like mentioning OnlyFans, just like put at the top?
Yeah, I pin something that's like very smooth, well-made piece of content that is high converting in case somebody came to the account on a very generalized video.
Yeah.
Like for example, like the girl went on a stream and then they just get to her profile and the top thing is more heavy on like click the fucking link.
Yeah.
Because then it's like a net, right? You catch them with the net and then you have to funnel them down. So they come in even on like a cinematic. People come in on cinematics, like there's creators who make cinematic thirst trap style videos that don't do OF, right? So they do whatever reason they do it to promote like a brand, clothing, fashion, bikini line.
Yeah.
So you want to get them to the page and then you want to get them actually, spending. That's why even like I'll go, and you'll probably see this on your account, like if you get a good amount of traffic or views, somebody in the comments is going to talk shit about it being an OnlyFans creator, like fucking OnlyFans detected, opinion rejected. I'll go in the comments and then pin that comment because no negative benefit to me. It's not like I don't go and comment like in the comments, like click the link in my bio. But no, a lot of the people who are engaging will go in the comments, and if the first thing they see, like OnlyFans detected, whatever, it's like not promo-y because it's a random person's comment, but then it just like validates that there's an OnlyFans, and for some reason
the ones who want to go will go.
Yeah, the boys will
They'll stay quiet.
And they were also vastly underperforming. Just something that pisses me off so much more about a loud motorcycle than a loud car. Like if a fucking Aventador just drove by and interrupted my conversation, I wouldn't have been mad. But just the fact that it was a motorcycle, like fuck off.
I forget we have a bike driver.
I just it was loud and it didn't impress me.
When all these creators come to you, like what's the one biggest thing that they're all like annoyed about with the agency that they want fixed?
for me, I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but it's like not the shit that you would expect. It's like, oh, my revenue is low, or like you would think it would be like my revenue is low, or like I want to grow on social media. But for the creators who are already performing and you are making like a couple 5 figures a month, like 10, 20K, it's always the little shit that causes the old agency to lose that, because they're not communicating well and they're not like checking up on them. For us, it's literally been like, this girl her account's doing pretty well, like the chatting's not A1, she's like doing decent on social media, but then she's just like, oh, if you can remove all my leaks from the front page of Google, I'll sign to you over my current agency. And that costs like $500 max to you know, get like a DMCA guy, because we already have somebody who's like full-time leak scans and remove shit by week, but you can like selectively do like whatever the Google search she's looking up, name OnlyFans leaks, you would do that, individually select, this is exactly what we did, individually select all the pieces of content that were leaked, got them removed next day, and you're like, here, we can employ this service 24/7, so there's never any leaks, and then we essentially take over the account. And almost feel bad for the last agency, because, I mean, I don't feel bad because they were not listening to the creator who was like, I just want my leaks removed.
Yeah,
but
it's just like
they were like,
simpler than they think probably. Like,
yeah, they were like, it's fine, like leaks are everywhere, like it's always gonna be leaks, but like your revenue's up, like you're doing well. And it's like, they don't fucking care.
Yeah.
You know if that's the truth, like you go down a rabbit hole if you try hard enough and find leaks. Like if the girl is like zoned in trying to find one piece of her leaked content, she'll find it. And every creator goes through that. But if you just say like, yes, it is possible to get every single thing that you see taken down, there's gonna be more, shit's gonna flow, we'll put up a system to stop it.
It's just like, are you removing more than what is going up? So it doesn't just become this massive like clusterfuck of content everywhere.
Yeah.
Didn't we used to like send a sheet like to the girls being like, look at all the shit that got taken down. There's like thousands of links. It's like they didn't even know about it, but they just see that. They're like, wow, cool.
And then they stop caring and stop asking to see. Like we first, certain people, we start with this and they're like, yeah, I want to see it every week. And then I send it to them by like week 3, they're like, bro, I don't give a fuck. Like it's gone. Well, you know what I mean? But you just have to have data to back up everything that you do. Like
exactly, yeah.
Consistent check-ins. Like, look, I upped your rate. Like we just onboarded a girl with a 20-minute notice because her last agency was like fucked up her shit, deleted a bunch of her Instagrams, and they were like immediately sabotaging her. And she was like, I need help right now. And we took over the account in 20 minutes with like 2 Filipinos, got the revenue stabilized to where this other shit agency was, and then waited another 24 hours to actually, not waited, but like it took another 24 hours to put in a team of real people and like actually re-stabilize everything. I thought she's doing like 2x what she was daily. And it wasn't even like she came to us to 2x her revenue. It was like, she was like, I'm just getting fucked right now. I need help.
Like you can get pretty far ahead of most of these agencies if you just like spot problems first and say like, oh, we've seen this, so we're gonna fix it. Most people just wait for everything to fucking go wrong, and it's like, oh, we will deal with it. Post like main feed caption will be terrible, like a mass pay-per-view will be too cheap, and I'll just wait for the creator to say something like, when really it's your job to actually go and fix it.
Be proactive.
Yeah, like
it's to be proactive and then remind them you're being proactive. Be like what you just said.
We did this, we did that.
Like we did this, and we noticed that just being like, oh, we had a couple team members that were underperforming. Just so you know, we fired them and replaced them with new killers. Like saying shit like that just reminds people that you're not only just like maintaining their business, but you're actually on top of growth, and you have a plan for, you know, immediate revenue and then also future.
And all these like Telegram warriors, like the guys that just spent all their day talking in group chats to other agency owners, I feel like they talk to their clients the same way, in this really clinical black and white way that isn't really how they want to be spoken to. Like you actually need to understand the sort of person you're working with, have that like fast communication, just tell them the shit that matter. Like people just go on and on, like sending creators all these long messages with bullshit they don't even care about. When like you're saying,
they treat them like humans, bro.
Yes.
Be like I don't know, realize you're talking to girls and just have to be emotionally intelligent, like actually talk to them like a human being, not just like a bunch of words that they don't give 2 shits about. All right, guys, officially a wrap on day 5 of our in-person Boys Down Under jerky.
For a final day.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a while. I feel like you guys have been here for a long time.
Yes. Yeah, I've been away for longer than this before, but for some reason this trip has felt
we've done so much.
I mean, that's the thing. I think this trip will be more than what's instantly been beneficial. I think there'll be a lot of stuff in the long term that's going to come from it. Not just between us, but even with Salea's content and her page, like the consistent posting, getting the content out there, the growth from that, purely from the content days we did here.
You haven't even scratched the surface of it.
Yeah, all those videos that you guys saw in the film are literally just on us. They barely posted anything from that day.
They're still posting Halloween content they filmed on their own.
Still got like 260
So 250 videos left to post.
Haven't even seen the TikTok go up yet.
No, yeah, but overall, I think it was a great experience, especially meeting you guys. I think it was really cool. And lots going to come from it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how, your agency scales over time. We're going to potentially work together on some things. I think we've taken lessons from each other, which is actually, cool in our position to be able to not only help people, then also learn. Like, you learn from anyone, no matter what position you're in. Maybe we knew something that they didn't, but at the end of the day, they also knew shit that we didn't. And that's why this makes it a super good experience for everyone involved. If you guys want help starting or scaling your OFM agency, or you're a creator that wants to grow, click the link in the description. If you want to do something like this with us, you can click that link too, but it's kind of expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive, but it's worth it.